the update, right? Yeah, let me call it. I'm gonna do this live. This is what I'm talking about when the CIA, when all these little goofy ass agents feel like they, look, we're gonna do what, their goofy selves. Let me pull that up.
Authorized retailers. This call may be recorded for quality and training purposes. For business solutions, press 1. For consumer services, please remain on the line. Oh, yeah, they scared to answer now. They know what time it is. What's going on? Hold on for a minute. Y'all didn't see this live. Right? Yeah, I don't mind. I'll show you live. It doesn't matter to me. Thank you for your patience. Your call is important to us.
They are so woke and so dead and live at the same time. It's funny. So what happened is, for the last few nights, about a week or two, right? And I can't say a whole lot about individuals I talk to, right? The internet's been shutting down at a certain time at night, and it's doing something weird. But at the same time, if I was to show you right here, right now, on the cell phone right here, right? I hate claiming stuff that's, but the EMF, as far as the 5G, because you can categorize SSIDs, right? It's still very high. So if it's 5G and a satellite, that means that the energy is coming out very loud and it's strong. So then what's wrong with the internet if it's shutting down? Then what's really going on? Now, when I converse with other individuals during the daytime, they say, oh, my internet was fine last night. Oh, really? Well, which one you have? We have the same one. I'm like, oh, really? Because every building, it's the same company. So I'm sitting here, and I tell you, like, there's a way to move with paranoia where it's to your benefit instead of intrusive, like some drug addict or something like that. That means you pay attention to everything. I don't really like the term, but I look at certain people, families, marriages, how they working. I travel around. I ask people questions, and people not aware are paying attention. They relay messages and information. It's like, that's a fake marriage. You look at these mugs, windows never open, this, that, and other. You look at the things that are commonality. And then you see the individuals that pop up and show up, and you say, okay, well, that's cool. But the thing is, when you get forced updates, and then all of a sudden now it's asking you over and over, hey, update, but it's acting funny, and you removed all this stuff. You freed up over like 20, 30 gigabytes.
Thank you for your patience. Your call is important.
All of a sudden now I don't want to act right. And every time you call somebody, you get one of these fake little weak, woke Hindustanis. Because when Colorado, when the UN took over the airport.
Thank you for choosing your local Verizon store. My name is Phil, and how can I help you out today?
Hey, Phil, yeah, how you doing? I just want to get to the cheese. I just want to cut to the cheese, everything, because I'm not here to be buddies and friends and all that. I'm ex-military, retired. I just, I'm really getting tired of all this wokeness and these agendas. But this phone wanted to reset, so I went ahead and reset it, cleared up about 10, 15 gigabytes, and now it's acting real funny. Now, the funny thing about that is, in 1987, I had 5G tested on me in the military, about 25 of us. So we know what it does. We know it's not a satellite. We know it's a goofy issue. We don't care about feds and nothing like that on my land. But the problem is, now the phone wants to act up. And I'm not buying a new phone either. I just want to know what's the issue. What's the thing that they got to keep being so divisive and And it doesn't need an update for nothing. There's no update required. None. And it's all a bunch of nonsense. I'm getting real, real tired of it. I mean, I know the Verizon, I know some people that work for the government that told me some things, but I just wanted to speak to one of you and see what you got to say.
Okay, and what seems to be going on with the phone?
I just expressed that, and I'm not going to repeat myself. I was very clear in doing that. I didn't know what articulate like if I was arguing a case for law. I was just very, very specifically clear.
Okay.
You're saying okay, that means you acknowledge. Okay, now what's going on? Like I said, the updates. Obviously, you must have some knowledge because you're not inferring that. Okay, there's an issue on the updates for this or that and the other. You're just sitting there. You're being pragmatic and wanting to hold a conversation, which I don't need. That's elusiveness. Now I need you to express to me because I said this 5G is nonsense because I know it's no satellites. All right, but regardless of that, I just want to know what it is, and now the phone's acting retarded, and I'm not going to buy another. Y'all keep sending me these offers, but I want another phone, I just go get one. I'm not like everybody walking around that all the subliminals, this, that, make me want to buy something else with fiat that ain't worth nothing. I just want to know what's going on because I don't need an update for anything. I know it's all backdoor stuff and it's nosiness. I always go in there and clean out my caches. I see things in there that shouldn't be in there that all of a sudden come in that has nothing to do with making the phone work better or anything other than being nosy. So I'm asking you again, knowing good and well of Verizon who they work with, what is the updates and why is the phone acting funny?
Okay. On that end, when it comes to like the updates and that's knowing why the phone isn't wanting to do what it's supposed to be doing, I'm only a third-party retailer.
I figured that much.
We're not actually 100% Verizon. So if you're needing to, like, say, get in touch with my technical support,
go right ahead.
If there's an issue regarding
if
the phone isn't wanting to connect, a SIM card issue or anything like that, let me get you on over there.
Thank you.
They'll be
Thank
able
you.
to troubleshoot this more than what I can.
All right, good. He's well programmed. Thank you. Get me right over to technical. I appreciate it. That's all I had to say in the first place because he knew he couldn't help. This is what I'm talking about when third parties, and I didn't want to say nothing. And see how they have to say everything? They have to say everything.
Like welcome to Verizon. I'm the Verizon assistant. Para español, oprime asterisco.
And I like to talk in layman's terms. I don't want to be all specific. I just
Your
want
call may be monitored or recorded.
Because I know some of them are agents.
And security.
And that's real, they are.
Employees and systems, and to personalize your experience.
Your experience.
Starting with the area. I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Starting with the area code, please say or enter the Verizon wireless number you're calling about. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble. Let's try this another way. Starting with the area code, please enter the Verizon wireless number you're calling about. If you're not yet a customer, press pound.
Mm-hmm.
One moment, please.
They got a woke faggot ass voice on there. Or AI. Ain't that something?
Please say, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Please tell me your account PIN or enter it using your keypad, followed by pound.
Followed by pound. No secrets.
Okay.
Right. This automated shit. Get an agent on the phone.
In a sentence or two, what are you calling about today? Got it. To get you to the right person, tell me a little more about what you need. All right. Let me get you to someone who can help. Your privacy is important to us. Visit our information collection and privacy policy to learn more at verizon.com/privacy. During this call, your account may be reviewed for recommendations and offers.
Thank you for calling. My name is Jessica. Can I please have your first and last name?
Jessica, my name is James. Last name begins with a B. I'm not putting my whole number out, especially with everything going on. I'm retired military, ex-law school member, and I don't have to do that regardless of what company, especially on my ancestral soil, because I'm all about, the Constitution and a whole lot of other stuff, regardless of company policies, which aren't law. So it's James B. And I'm calling for me, obviously. I wouldn't be calling for nobody else. Don't want no fee. I don't need nothing. What I'm doing is calling about this cell phone of mine that's having some issues, and it's technical is why I'm calling. So that means it has nothing to do with my secret clearances, which are the lowest of the total pool, and you don't have any. What I need to find out is with these little updates, and I know who Verizon kind of works in hand with, besides being its own company and regardless of third parties. I keep getting these forced updates, and lately I got an update that allowed me to install it on its own, get from under there, Alexander, and it's lagging to do a whole lot of dumb stuff. All right. Now I had to actually go in there and look at a whole lot of things in there and remove things that are unnecessary, that are backdoor, that we don't need no more backdoor with the little agenda, the little dumb woke folks and everything else on my ancestral soil, because we're tired of playing this game. Because I'm not going to buy another cell phone. I'm not going to purchase another cell phone with some worthless dollar. All right. When I'm actually in touch with the gold that's on my birth certificate, I want to know what's going on with these little phones. Why is it all of a sudden with these little updates, it ain't better in the phone? It ain't doing nothing. It's not making it better. It's not making me be able to talk or not talk to anybody better. And as far as Google Maps, I turn that on and off. I just want to know what's up with all these little updates that don't make the phone no better. That's all I want to know.
You're talking about software updates, right?
Yeah. I don't want to hit a software update. I'm retired military. I'm not going to get into that. I was probably retired from the military before you was born. I just want to know what are the updates that I don't really need or require. I can call people. The phone works just fine.
I'm just asking if...
I know. Don't get bothered. I don't care about wokeness or this, that, and what I want to know about. I don't need no more updates. I don't care about them. Because I know they're back doors. Like I said, I went in there. I went into apps and everything else and removed those things that weren't required on this cell phone for the work the way that I need it. My personal business, but the way I need it is very simple. It's almost like having a house phone. I just want to know why is it all of a sudden acting real stupid. And I freed up about 10 gigabytes. I removed a whole bunch of videos I didn't even think about removing. And I was sitting there going, I don't need them. I don't, it's not going to prove anything. And cleared up all the space. And even the phone is still, when I want to go live or if I want to just have a video chat, it's acting real retarded. So I just want to know, it's not that it's old. I mean, I know that even like TVs and everything, most of them have designed the last 4 or 5 years now. Good friend of mine in Seoul, Korea that works at Wichita told me that. So I just want to know what's going on.
Okay, so my question really is, so that I could better answer you, are these app updates or software updates? Because those are two different things.
It was a software update. That's what it was.
So the software updates, I mean, if you don't want them to take place, change anything, or to update anything, you can manually turn it off so it doesn't require
Yeah, I did.
to do it.
I did. That's what I did. What I'm saying is the phone's acting retarded, like I said, because I'm ex-military. I'm not going to get into what I've done in my secret clearances. I'm giving some advice as well as asking. Usually I don't ask nobody nothing. I tell them and it gets done. What I need is whatever it is causing my phone to lag. It's a Note 10. I got it about 3.5 years ago. I just need the phone to work the way it's supposed to work without all the little knickknacks that are going on right now. Because right now it's being slow. I know certain parties I work with are being nosy. I just wanted to go ahead and stop. That's all I'm saying. If you can't do nothing about that, we can just end this conversation. I appreciate that. Because I know it's it's about 20 tiers over your level.
What do you mean there's 20 tiers over my level?
No, don't worry about that. What I'm saying is, if there's nothing else you could do, is what I said. Yeah. If there's nothing else you could do, if you can't fix that, I appreciate it. I appreciate your time.
So you're saying the service is working slow, right? Regardless of the update,
Yep.
regardless of anything, because it seems like you're talking about different things. So the update,
No, I'm talking about the same thing.
The service is working slow, or the app?
Yeah, the service.
You can reset the network. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything's working slow. That's what I said. Very clear on what I said. Stated. What I stated, excuse me.
Have you tried to reset the network yet or no?
No, I didn't want to do that yet. but I will.
Okay, so to get your services improved, you do want to reset the network. That doesn't have anything to do with like software and the updates that are happening in the background. Your service is actually working. Then you want to reset your network.
Yeah, like I said, it's all lagging, and it's not just lagging. It's like we're talking about minute, 2 minute delay, or almost like a denial instead of an allowance, to which it was doing just fine yesterday. And then it did the little update. That was the last update it did today. Talking about its important software, blah, 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 blah. And so I put it off for 4 days, and today it forced reset. It did it on its own. So that's and I know what that is. So that's all I'm gonna say to that. And I said, let me call you guys because
in your settings, you want to reset your network. That'll reset your service with Verizon as far as data. And then that's the way we would see if it improved or not, to see where the issue is really coming from.
okay, all right, will do. Oh, we got what you call Gold calling me out of Phoenix. Huh? Dear Gold. All right, I appreciate that.
Alrighty, enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh, always. Bye. Bullshit. They are so woke and so dumb. They don't know anything other than the technical, what they're taught to do. It's like having a great book at a job. And I'm not going to sit here and go through the haggardashery of all the foolishness that they like to have, because they always want to believe they're in control. And you even get those well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I don't feel no kind of way. I see it could be frustrating. They have this, it's like the media. You listen to one news channel, but if you pay attention to all 6, you'll see that they're on the same timeline as ways they convey or talk about things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a reset. And I didn't want to do it. Developer options. And I removed a lot of things in here where they can't. I have to show y'all I'll have to do it on my laptop and show y'all how to go in here, how to go into settings. All right. And this is the stuff that I like to do, because a lot of people don't know nothing about doing this stuff. Okay. So we go in here. Let me go. Why is my face not up on my account? All right. I'm gonna show you what it looks like right quick. Just hold on. All right. So Samsung account policies updated. Samsung services term to continue. Agree to update Samsung services with special terms. Notice of financial incentives. All right, cancel that. We're gonna go right down in here. And usually you want to go into Google. All right. You can go general management and stuff like that. With your text to speech and all that. But you can go to reset. So I'll show you what that looks like. See that? Reset. Now, let me show you the other one here. Hold on. Because you can customization of your services too. All right. Count and backup. Is there anything you ever need to back up, you back it up before you do any reset stuff till you got your cloud or whatever. As far as what's being utilized for right now. All right. This stuff is very important for y'all to know how to do this, all right? So you believe what you want, do whatever it is that you want to do, or whatever, but trust me on this one. All right, let's go up into Google. I got it charging. I got a note. Turn off important notifications. No office. Tap on that. Let's go into settings, general. Let me see what we got here. Theme default, blah, blah, network purposes, authentication. We don't want that. Okay. All right. And a lot of people won't do this stuff. They'll sit there and be like, yo. I'll be like, yo, man, you better figure out as far as the cell phone, if you want to go ahead and keep it the way, because that's what they do. They keep messing with everything. So I'm not going to agree to none of that stuff. All right. Okay. Let's go on down to. Here we go. All right. All right. We don't want that. Set the goal. I'm going to show y'all here. Hold on. I can't show y'all everything. All right. My S Pen. Make sure that stay on. All right. privacy. So when you like your privacy, you can always turn your camera off. Just like your microphone, alert when clipboard access. You can leave that on. You can customization of your services, your Android system, auto service from Google. You can make it's not going to hurt your phone. It's not going to hurt anything. You can separate from your Google apps, your Google Maps and everything just on your cell phone. And you can do all that in here. All that you can do right up in here in general. That's just general. All right. You could just remove all that. Biometrics and security, the same thing. Go into biometric security, you can disassociate yourself with those apps. Because you ever looked in your apps and saw all of a sudden you had like solitaire or knock whatever game? Remove those games. Now it'll sit there and say on, you hit that on, and it'll say uninstall it. Why? It's a backdoor. It's a game. You might want to play it because that's part of the programming. Remove them. I just had 3 games popped up. I just removed 2 of them. All right, the third one, I have to go into the browser or into the game store to remove that one. I haven't done it yet. I did all that right before I went live. And I said, you know what, I'm going to call while I'm live because I'm tired of these people thinking they're in control. These little corporations have nothing to do with our ancestral soil, nor do they litigate or have any laws that qualify them on our soil. Until you know that, you allow them to, well, you can't record me. No, if you let them know, no, I'm going to record your ass every time I talk to you. And see, that's the problem. These little agencies, these little goofy little agent boys who get to see some things you don't, get to play around in the dark, get to do some perverse things and be solidified in that department. They're the ones. Now, if they were so hot badass, they would know better, but they're not. When I tell you that you don't die, you don't. I don't care about the perception of visual and what you see physical. You don't die. They, on the other hand, they're on the last legs, and they're not aware of how last-legged leg they are on. Let me see.
Yeah, Jimmy, this is Jay, Red Rock Secure Gold and Silver. Look, I don't want to be a pest. We've left a couple of messages.
Yeah, I know. I'll call y'all back. I'll call you back, brother, because I'm going to call the one in Flagstaff. Okay? So, anyway, it's acting real slow, and it has no purpose to do that. It was fine yesterday. All of a sudden today, now it's acting retarded. And I said, let me jump on this because I've had enough of these games. You know what I mean? I sit up and they being so nosy. And look. And when the internet went out, I took a screenshot and I shared it, I think. I hope it uploaded. Up here is usually 50 with the 5G. Repeat on. What they do is they're turning it up because what it does is slowly boils you on the inside. It's usually about 48, 50 up here. 48. Downstairs 70s and gets up to 80s. So right now, this is the exposure we're getting. And that's supposed to be the internet. That's supposed to be the powerful 5G. 5G ain't got not a damn thing to do with the internet nor signals. And these people are so dumb out here because they've been in the schools watching these programs and news channels and everything else. And they believe this is, it's a good thing. It's going to be faster service. And now they looking real stupid. All these woke individuals, these idiots. And then I look at the people still putting it up. Now, I love my brother Try Biz, but he's part of this dynamic. And even though he's making cash, it's good to make a bag and then see you have an issue. It ain't like you're going to make explosives or tear the stuff down. Not advocating violence or nothing like that. What I am stating is something based on a simple fact. Our people are so constructive when it comes to wanting to make something in this world they created instead of making something possible in the world that you're supposed to exist in. That's why I have up there the things that you see. All right. The commonality of the truth when we're talking about fruits, vegetables, water, air, soil, meat, and clothing materials. Have y'all noticed over the last 25 to 30 years, they perverted it all? How they do with the food? Well, stealing land, using jackboots, using Masonic orders of fake individuals. I tell you, there's niggas at the top of this, but you don't want to believe me. I'm telling you, there's niggas at the top. I'm using my tablet. I'm going to bring my tablet over here and set it up. Hopefully I can set it up where it won't. And put it right up on this because I got my vitamins right here. I had to go downstairs and pull out some new vitamins. I wanted to change up a little bit. Now, I'm not taking no vitamins today. I just wanted to get some different vitamins for Sunday or Monday when I start taking them again because I let my, you don't take vitamins all the time, okay? Just don't. Anybody taking the vitamins all the time, you ain't eating, something wrong with your head. You know what I'm saying? All right, it's my vitamin E's. I'm trying to put this on this. This is my air purifier right here. I like to turn on at night sometimes. And that's my I put it up here when I'm moving stuff around, y'all, because I'm doing my thing. This is for my scope, all right? I'll show you what it looks like. Because I'm messing with stuff and then, what is all that sound behind Red? Let me show you what this looks like. That's what I put on my scopes. Well, I have different kinds, all right? So, and these are pretty nice. This is the guy that makes this, ex-military. He got him a company, got his money, and he made these scope wraps. And y'all might have seen it in one of my scopes before. Anywho, how'd they do it? Well, my family had a lot of farmland in the Carolinas. What's funny is you won't see Carolina as a big farming community when it was. Just like Georgia and Florida. Florida has some wonderful places growing, not just some oranges, grapes, avocados at one time, bananas out the yang, even as far as sour soap, growing sour soap once upon a time in the 50s and 40s, I mean, way back. What happened? They always want to sit here in these small-hatted community and say, oh, the development. It's nothing about the development. You got these people coming here from other countries, foreigners, and they all work with small-hat community it was a systematic devastation of our land. So then we have the farm countries, right? We have Nebraska, Ohio, Idaho, all these places where they push GMO stuff, soy, and that was for the purpose of making high fructose corn syrup to poison your food, genetically modified soy, because there's a natural end to me, right? Like I said, you know which one I like. I like to eat this one. It actually raises your testosterone instead of turning around and making you like want to be some little girl, because people have a hard time when you start dismissing religion, but they think that these dummies who have been acclimated to be Luciferians or Satanists, who are very stupid if they only knew the truth, this dynamic is how they do it. All right. So they want to be the Baphomet and all this fake ideologies and narratives that are steeped in some truth. But the reality of it is far, far more perverse than which we can even acclimate to or have an understanding about. Apologies again for not reading last night. I went to sleep, woke up, was on there with my boy Westside and Rondo and DJ, and he's doing pretty good live. I was just really pissed off at the live. I'm tired of looking at I like what the brother was talking about, but when you look at the dynamics of the background, I was pissed off because this has got to stop. I keep saying we're the only ones that stop it. You saw how they poisoned the water. They turned around when they were destroying our grand buildings and everything else. They started building these things for war to produce all that slag and metal waste, pouring in toxins and chemicals to refine stuff into the lakes on purpose, using lead pipes when we never used lead pipes. All right, taking our copper and everything else, pushing it somewhere else. All right, using more. Oh, this is with purpose, and people blind to the reality of what was going on, and they're pushing these machines of death and war. And then after that, then they sit there and go, "Oh, we got to grow more food." We had plenty enough food to take care of any and everyone 10 times over. You hear me? And what they do? They have these little weird-ass, broken-ass scientists. So if you got a child, tell them, I want to be a scientist, smack them in their mouth and tell them, shut up. All right? And then they started perverting everything. But these are the ones who get allowed to go and drink, and they get them in compromising positions in these big mansions. Well, one mansions at one time was actually our homes and everything. All right? Acoustic, singing, all our talents and designing and creating. All right? They perverted them. All these people, these millionaires and billionaires in these mansions, they're perversions. Just like I told that knucklehead talking about Mr. Organic, he's a punk and he's a perversion. I don't care about you, what you did with that nigga outside that was going to shoot you. I told him he should have got a bullet off on you, but not advocating violence. I'm tired of these broken, messed up, just unqualified individuals. Anyway, so they poisoned the food. They started mitigating by how? Creating what? Pesticides and herbicides. And we know that going way back before Vietnam, don't we? When they took stuff that didn't affect us, like smallpox and stuff. It didn't affect us for a long time, and they started creating all these other things, gonorrhea and syphilis and all this other stuff that were things that were off of these things, manipulating and changing. Then it started infecting us with shots when our people really wasn't getting the crap like that, or they were surviving and turning around and healing up until Mr. Rockefeller himself, not Mr., but you know what I'm saying, started perverting the medicine and perverting the timeline, and they were destroying the weeds and herbs and everything else that we use for healing. Got rid of all the bells we use for sounds, all right? Vibrations and frequencies. The buildings, the red brick clay, brick city, like Newark, New Jersey, and all those places, they started tearing those things down, all right, changing them, adding a very grotesque stucco on top of it, and plastic, what's that stuff? Well, just stucco, I'll go with that right now. Sheetrock, which is garbage. Never in the world of our ancestry did we use sheetrock for anything. This stuff would take the energy, disperse it, and keep you from being able to ascertain it. This was done with knowledge of something beyond, because Rockefeller wasn't that smart. There were those who were leading them. So they poisoned the water. They put all this metal and this chemicals, poison the land and the soil. They put GMO stuff saying, oh, we got to make something that can protect against the bugs. The bugs wasn't the problem. It was these goddamn peckerwoods and these dumb Negroes who are betraying the people. These small hats, these people who are wanting to see us become weaker and not the warriors of old that they hide in the books and history and make and turn our people into mythology. And they let goofy people run around playing us, not knowing what they're doing to themselves because they don't know the truth in the end. All right? So the clothes, all of a sudden, we went from our parents, our grandparents, and all of them making bandanas and cotton clothing, wool, to making synthetics, outsourcing it in the 80s and 90s because you see the little fake presidents that were in there, all right? That wasn't about being rich or nothing else. It was about keeping us at our lowest form, all right? So they start outsourcing it to China with their slave labor camps with children because they don't have no respect for nobody over there. And then they groom the people to be that negative because you see what they did in the killing films, this, that, and other with Vietnam, Pol Pot, and all the other individuals, regardless of them coming over here learning. I keep telling you, they came here to learn shit, and then they go back over there, and then you got this fake government make war to get more sacrifices of people dead. Now all our clothes are synthetic. I grew up wearing nothing but cotton or wool. Our shoes, the bottom, were never rubber. Not this perversion. Fallen arches, nobody walking barefooted. Idiots walking with these big tanks, walking on the park, spraying chemicals, talking about we got a whole lot of mites and this, that, and the other. People living in homes and they worried about termites in Florida and Georgia and places when the homes we built, we never had them issues. They're hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years old. And I told you we can get together and be on people's lands and we can build them up the way they're supposed to be built up, and all you need is a little instruction. But no, you want to wait for all this dumb stuff that's going on. You want to sit there in your little place of purgatory because you can't free yourself. Talking about this, and talk about that, and talk about this, and talk about that. We Indian here, and we Indian there. Man, fuck these fools. When you going to elevate? When you going to rise above the occasion? That's all I want to know. They give you PBA free, but then the chemical they use to make it PBA free is just as bad, if not worse. And y'all call into these water companies and say, what is you doing? See, if they get 1,000 calls, they got to change up. But no, you don't want to do that. I got to go to work. I got the babies and I got my wife to take. I got the cars, but I don't know how the car was towed. If you knew the truth, they wouldn't be able to tow your car for $300 damn. It's called highway piracy. Location requests, turn them off. And if they ask for it, it says whenever I'm using the app. Do you get it? What they need your location for? Why does the app need your... These are the little things I'm talking about. They want an AI. AI is not a living thing. It's not smart. It's programmed to learn. You can take an individual and program. You've been programmed to be dumb. You get where I'm coming from? And you're the living source. You're the living entity. The most complete complexity in design and creation. So why can't they make a machine, program a machine to think that it's learning when they actually teaching it everything, and they give it a trial to set itself to be on a roll to pick things up. But you have that ability 1,000-fold better. But you, because they put up there the Russian ex-cosmonaut when his chess playing skills got beat by a machine, and the Chinese chess player got beat by a machine. So that's what you see. When the chess game, the human brain, the brain of the human, not man, our brain wants to elevate beyond the chessboard. But the last game, you think about that until you go and see that there's actually other games, Chinese checkers, mahjong, and all that other stuff. And then you get good at that. So this is where they stop you at. You want to create something that's even better than that. And better than that, but we don't have that happening because a lot of y'all didn't get to play them games. A lot of y'all didn't even want to learn how to play chess. Still stuck on playing corn husk checkers. So they poisoned everything, and it took their time doing it. Stealing Henrietta, the woman that found all these kids for, do you think that she died naturally? If you do, there's something wrong with you. If the world knew who we really was, the world would stop right now. But because you got these dumb individuals calling themselves Jews, you got these unpractical labyrinth of idiots. When I told people when Greece fell, they fell to them goddamn hybrids out of Iran. Just like Greece and everything else. But they weren't betrayed by just straight up fighting. They were betrayed from the inside out. By the dumbest of living things. Just like all them little Negroes who snitched and told on the Black Panther Party. Yeah, of course there were black people, melanated people in there doing some bad things. But why were they doing it? When all the bad things were happening all around them. To fight fire with fire. To buy more arms and explosives and everything. I'm not saying that was the way to go. I always say if you want to do something, you do it with small numbers. But that's a whole nother subject. The only problem is, a lot of y'all think you can just walk alone and be by yourself and handle it. You're the dumb ones. You're the ones that aren't practical. You're in the labyrinth of foolishness. You don't have no truth to you because you're comfortable. You set yourself up with little things on your walls and stuff, and you're happy with what you have. I got memorabilia. Every time I see somebody's house burn down, they go, "Oh, I lost all my pictures." Didn't you have the people? But the barbecue's in the backyard. Isn't the whole earth your backyard? But it was a letter. Did you read the letter? But I had my baby's tricycle that. And is your baby still here to ride it? But it was a memory. Oh, so we're going to scoot past the memory part, the most important part that you have, that you contain, and keep it on the material part. See, this is what I'm talking about. A lot of you think you're going to speak and be me and do what I'm doing. You're not. I haven't even crossed the ledge of the things that I want to bring you. And the intrepidation of our people is beyond comprehension. I read because I love to read, and I read to you because I really enjoy it. Regardless of getting books where punctuation is kind of jacked up, and I get a little front because I'm, But we have people that come along and they think they know everything, and they don't know nothing but the lies they've been dealt. Well, you look Indian. Man, get out of here with that Indian shit. You know how many people I tell them out there, when you play Spanish for Spanish, and I said, when does Spanish become an ethnicity, mother? What does an Indian look like? Because see, the one run around that the federal government, the lie, this fake, I don't even like saying federal government, this lie, keeps disposing the people are not the true people of this land. We're never war. Didn't arrive here until the 1800s. They were all little jits. And they killed half of them because most of them wanted to be with their mammy and pappy, like any normal child would. That's how you have these sociopaths who are engraved and raised and nurtured in to be able to murder children and everything else, given costumes and put in positions that should never happen or exist on this earth. This one. They think that's big. That is the lowest form of any living thing. There's nothing great about it. It's pathetic. Beyond, there's no word for it, actually. Pathetic is, I think, a nice little pat on the arm. I see these dumb little Negroes running around shooting each other, looking all stupid and retarded for nothing. Chicago, Detroit, Louisiana, Florida, Jacksonville. Oh. Virginia, Kansas, Arkansas, Cali, Texas. I just saw them little dumb niggas in Texas shoot that man, stealing this stuff in his car, stealing this stuff. I mean, little goofy, little skinny, probably sucking each other's penises. Little punks. And again, the AR didn't have a brace on it because they don't know the purpose of a brace. They're not combatants. And most combatants know they don't need a damn brace to operate. That shows you how stupid the ATF is with their little homosexuals and pedos. I'm watching them guys walking. There's some guys I know who work for the ATF. They're good guys, man. You can't sit there and blow them up. And, they know how to choose their position. All this stuff. Following. And this is the funny thing about it. Y'all would think with everything going on, that everybody else would sit there and go, nah, enough of this. Biden's got to come out. He's done messed up everything. They're all part of it, and y'all don't want to listen. But you want to sit right there as if everything's going to blow over, huh? I'm far from some black messiah. Trust me. I wouldn't be that goofy shit. Anyway, I'm just giving y'all a hands up. Y'all too dumb to take that. You just don't get it, do you? Well, anyway, I'm going to make something to eat. And don't worry, we're going to read. I'm well rested. I was pissed off. I wanted to get back on that live. I was enjoying that. I was pissed off at the young brother and all of the information as far as what's going on in the world is pretty sucking. All right. Anyway, I appreciate everybody taking the time to listen. Everything's messed up. I remember people in my family weeding, making cotton, making the sheets for cotton and wool. Like, then you take that and cut it out and make clothes. Seriously, long. Any of y'all know how to get on and make that fine stuff? And do y'all know how to go out and pick cotton without puffing your fingers up? Whenever I was down there visiting Cartrell and I've seen the Pima Reds, I go out there, the little cotton, this overgrown cotton, this stuff can't be picked because it's no good. I go out there and pick it. Stick my hands a couple times. Just like when I was in Carolina, just going to pick cotton. Just, see how fast I can pick. Let me tell you something. That's a technique. That's an art. That's a skill. And they bring machines in to mass produce it to give to the rich and foreigners, and then give you the crap. I'm tired of hearing this slave dialect when we know that there are history books that show, even overseas, that they were bringing pale skins here who were slaves, indentured. Our people were free. All our people, just except for those who were fighting. They were fighting. To have to fight anything is not a free thing. It's not a free state. Now you got to sit there and you got to embark on destruction. But we're there again. Talk with y'all in a little while. All right.
What was that? Who all came in? I just wanted to say this stuff and get off. Hey, Rondo, what's going on, Benji? Mikey. Scott. Dr. Cooper. TRU. Alicia. Snoo. I'm gonna read all these later, y'all. I'm just gonna get off here right now. Number, love, and respect.